Hi, everyone. We hope you guys are having a wonderful day out there. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is Mr. Tiska with you once again. And once again, I'm joined by Mrs. Kraft. Mrs. Kraft, how are you?
I am super excited because this is like one of my favorite lessons of the entire year.
Mine too. We also have Miss Hoff with us. Miss Hoff, how you doing?
I'm good, but I think you guys introduced each other the wrong way because I heard you're taking on alternate egos for this screencast.
Oh, that's right. So for today's screencast, I will be playing the great Thomas Jefferson.
And I will be Alexander Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton.
Much better.
But just so you guys know, today we are doing Chapter 7, Section 2, Hamilton and National Finances. The big idea for today, Treasury Secretary Alexander Hamilton developed a financial plan for the national government.
And the main ideas that we're going to talk about are how Hamilton tackled the problem of settling national and state debt. Thomas Jefferson opposed Hamilton's views on government and the economy, and Hamilton created a national bank to strengthen the U.S. economy. Whoa, guys. We're going to get there. Main idea number 1. Hamilton tackled the problem of settling national and state debt.
That's right, because I am the Secretary of the Treasury, and I know that our biggest challenge is to pay off the national debt. How can we be a brand new country owing other countries money and no one will take us serious?
Blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm the Secretary of State, the guy who deals with foreign countries. And just so you know, Mr. Hamilton, the United States owed about $11.7 million to foreign countries, plus $40.4 million to U.S. citizens who had purchased bonds, that great idea of yours, from the government to help finance the war.
Trust me, we're going to pay for it. It's going to be good.
I don't trust you at all, traitor.
All right, guys, states' debt. So we're going to move on to that.
So now the states owed $25 million for Revolutionary War expenses. My idea is to get the states to help pay part of the state's debts to help the national economy. So all of these little states are going to kick in some money and it's going to be a beautiful thing. It's all going to be...
Whoa. Not happening. No way. No how. The great state of Virginia, which has very little debt, by the way, is not going to be paying off New York's debt. No way, no how. And by the way, make sure your phone's not ringing when we're trying to record this. Some people have no respect.
Mr. Jefferson, maybe you could bring Mr. Madison with you and we could all sit down and have a lovely dinner. Because I have an offer that you can't refuse. I know that the South has paid many of their debts already, but the North has not. And I also know that the North happens to be in control of the capital of this brand new baby country.
Unfair.
And I know that it might be nice for you not to have to travel all the way from Virginia to New York.
Yeah.
So maybe we do a little deal. Maybe the capital comes south. Maybe like to Virginia. And in exchange for a nice close ride for you, then maybe you pay the debt. Is that not an offer that you can't refuse?
I'll talk to my people. The offer sounds pretty good to me.
I'm the people. I say yes. I'm the people. I say yes.
Are you certain that you can move the capital to the Virginia area right away? Or might it have to go someplace else first?
I am sure that this will happen. It may not happen as quickly as you like, but it will happen. And I know that President Washington will be involved in the move. And if it's good enough for that fellow Virginian of yours, it will be good enough for you.
Fair enough.
So, Thomas Jefferson opposed Hamilton's views on government and the economy.
I really believe that a strong central government is what we need.
Are you crazy? You crazy? We need to protect the power of the states.
Oh, you have to understand that there's got to be a balance of power between the mass of the people and the wealthier citizens.
The wealthier citizens. Are you out of your mind? The people, the good common people of this country have the right to rule the country.
Speaking of those good common people, I think maybe we need to focus a little bit more on manufacturing. You got that whole agriculture thing. Those farms are not going to go so far. I think that we got to get into the business, into the manufacturing. That's where we're going to prosper.
How dare you, sir? Farmers are the backbone of this country.
Yeah.
They are good, honest, decent, hard-working people. Yeah, I said hard-working, something that you wouldn't know about.
Oh, I beg to differ. Those business owners you're talking about aren't really working so hard, are they? I think that we need to get higher tariffs on foreign goods to protect American manufacturers because England is just dumping stuff in America. It's not really working out for us.
I cannot even believe that I am hearing this. Why am I entertaining this? You want a high tariff? If we have a high tariff, then those good, honest, hardworking farmers are not going to be able to get the necessary goods to operate.
There is no reason that they cannot get their goods from the north. We can manufacture what they need. They don't have to go across an ocean to get what they want.
So wait a minute, the north can just set the prices and the south is going to have to pay it? Ridiculous.
Well, if you want to see our commerce prosper, then the answer to that is yes, Mr. Jefferson. Yes, it does have to be that way.
So, speaking of commerce, Hamilton created a national bank to strengthen the U.S. economy.
So one of those problems we had before was everybody had their own money. Everybody had their own bank. It was a catastrophe. It was terrible. We need to have a national bank. The government has got to be the one that makes the loans. We know that this is the way that it's going to be the most successful for our country. We got to take control.
This idea stinks. It stinks. It stinks.
I think that you are smelling the manure that you farmers are using because this idea is brilliant.
Ooh, burn!
First of all, let's try to keep this from personal attacks. Let's try to operate with some respect in this place. Second of all, the National Bank will give the government way, way, way too much power, taking it away from where it rightfully belongs, the states.
Mr. Jefferson, if I had a crystal ball, I think that even you in a certain period of time will agree with me that this bank is a necessary part of our government.
Erroneous, sir.
Listen, Mr. Jefferson. Maybe we can reach a compromise here. Maybe the bank can just be around for 20 years. We'll see if it works. If it works, we keep it. If it doesn't, it goes away.
The bank has no place in this country, sir.
Mr. Jefferson, I am telling you that this government can totally change with a bank. It will be the most helpful thing.
It will not, and I will tell you why in just 1 second.
Bank's opponents, I think we know who that is, and supporters.
Let me introduce my economic plan, which is not going to give too much power to the national government. You don't know why? Because it's not going to have a national bank. And you know why? Because I believed in strict construction, which means that the government should only do what the Constitution says it can do. Nowhere in the Constitution, I say nowhere, sir, nowhere in the Constitution does it say that the national government can create a national bank. So there.
Mr. Jefferson, you are going to eat those words in the future. Trust me, I know. I believe that loose construction, they gave us the elastic clause for a reason. That Constitution could not understand every possible scenario that we were going to be faced with. So what we need to do is we need to use it as a guiding tool to shape our future government. Just like the Constitution didn't say that the president should have a cabinet, but yet you and I are sitting here together as part of George Washington's cabinet. And that was not part of it, but that is a necessary part to run the government. I think that the Bank of the United States is something that needs to happen. And trust me, it's going to happen.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that. I intend to go to the president.
Well,
So the Bank of the United States, the country's first national bank, was chartered in 1791.
Boo.
Guess that makes me the winner.
So, yeah, just to sum up, everybody, the National Bank was created. Both Hamilton and Jefferson went to Washington. Washington agreed with Hamilton. So did Congress. And the National Bank will be created, and it will last for 20 years. It's going to be known as the Bank of the United States. Now,
And totally spoiler alert, Jefferson, when he becomes the president, doesn't get rid of it because it really was a good idea.
Yeah. All right.
So much fun.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I hope you guys had as much fun today listening as we did pretending to be Jefferson and Hamilton.
Miss Hoff, anything?
Nobody could have had as much fun as me.
It's true. You have the best seat in the house. All right, guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.